Nerds, and it is Sunday, and it has been a week, first week back with students, and so getting into a new routine and trying to find reading time with that while being exhausted has been difficult. I did finish some really good books this week, and so I'll talk about those, and then I'll talk about my ratings of them, and then talk about what I hope to read this week. So first off, okay, we'll talk about my books first and then my rating. So here is the first book I finished. This is Warrior Girl Unearthed by Angeline Boulay, and this is by the author of Firekeeper's Daughter, which I read last year, maybe, and it's in the same world, Sugar Island, as Firekeeper's Daughter, and the MC from Firekeeper's Daughter does make an appearance in Warrior Girl Unearthed, which is really cool. It was fun to see that and to figure it out and be like, wait a second. This was a powerful book. This is a book that you read and you will want to know more. You will want to know more about murdered and missing Indigenous women. This cover, you can see the red hand and the red palm. You will want to know more about Native American artifacts and how they've been taken and used and not returned, especially bodies and very sacred objects but that museums have, or private collectors. You will want to know more about the boarding schools are mentioned briefly that the Native Americans were sent to. You will also enjoy, it is technically YA. The main character is 16, so there's a lot of teenage things going on. There's a little bit of romance, but a lot of, character growth. This is a very character-driven story, and so is Firekeeper's Daughter. You really see Perry just find herself and her passion. She's a very fiery character, and I love her for that, and just the way that she found her place. I mean, when she starts out, she just wants to do this internship of fishing and being outside and doing the things that she loves, and she gets put into an internship with the historian, and thinks it's awful, and he makes her clean the first day. Well, by the end, she has grown so much from that girl. She's still a fisher. She still loves all of those things, but she's got another side to her. And I pre-ordered this book, and it came with a lovely, awesome, I don't have it with me, book tote, but it also came with these pages that you can slide in. Oh, this is so pretty. And then there's one that I put in the back. It's just kind of the teal. It's the fish, actually. You can see the way, which is gorgeous. I'm so glad I pre-ordered so I could get the goodies. But I just love this. The moons play a big part in the story. 13 moons, 13 ancestors. Yeah, just a fantastically important book that will just make you want to continue learning, which I think makes a book. I gave it 5 stars. The next book I finished was The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, and I listened to it as an audiobook. And that book I really enjoyed, and so I had my book club today to talk about Warrior Girl Unearthed, and I sat in front of their house trying to listen to Friend Zone because it got to a part that was just like, and I was emotional. That book, my emotions were all over the place. It started out just kind of funny and like lighthearted, and then it had some very serious topics. It had great banter and romance and snarky and another fierce female main character. It was also dual point of view. I really enjoyed that book. I ended up giving it 3 stars. No, 3 stars? Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. So So let's talk about my star rating system. If you follow me on Goodreads, you will see that I give tons of books 5 stars. I really struggle with my star rating system, so whatever yours is, please leave me a comment because I need help. I am easily pleased with books. I'm easily entertained. I also think that a good book is good for someone. And I also feel like I'm good at choosing my books. I know what I like, and I know my community. I also get arcs and things from people. I like to support authors, and so all that to say, I usually give a 5 star. Like 9 times out of 10, it's a 5 star because I just want others to read it and enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. So I've been thinking, and I don't know how much this matters. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I thought if people are going to follow me and want to know if a book is worthy to be read, maybe I need to change my system. So let me know what you think about that. I think I'm going to do like 3 stars is a great book, but not memorable. 4 stars is memorable, and 5 stars is like Warrior Girl on Earth, where it's very important and everyone needs to read it and I won't forget it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not quite sure. I do this every so often, and I may go back to my 5 stars. It's yeah. So I don't know. We shall see. Because last week I did give We Still Belong 5 stars, and I did give Vampires of El Norte 4 because it just wasn't quite there, and I thought, maybe I can go back to a little bit less, like be a little bit more critical. And We Still Belong was an arc, and it was great and fantastic and really cool, and I gave it 5. But is it everyone should read? I don't know. So I'm struggling with my star rating system, which is also why I like to talk about the books a little bit more. So maybe if someone is listening and I say 5 stars, but they hear my description and it's not for them, that'll help. Because I know that a lot of work goes into books, and I know that just because I don't like it doesn't mean someone else won't. And I really won't give it a 2 or a 1 unless it were to be insulting or against something I don't think was for me at all, and that I don't think others would enjoy reading. But again, I don't know how to say that. I don't want to censor anyone. But maybe a book that I had a problem with. Okay, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to know your rating system because I don't know if it's important. I don't know if it's something I should worry about, or I don't know if it's something I try. I see people doing, I'm not gonna, book tubes where they don't stop reading until they get a 5-star read, and I'm like, well, that would be the first book I read. So it made me start thinking, what is a 5-star read, and should that be my top book? I don't know. Also, I just want to say it's August 27th, but I'm wearing Sanderson Sisters shirt. I am wearing these that I got at Target today. I mean, like, look at this. And I got a pumpkin spice iced chai tea latte today, and I bought pumpkin cookies, and I'm ready for it. We've been in over 100-degree weather all last week, and I think I'm just like, I'm done with summer now. I love summer. That put me over. I'm ready for fall and all the spooky books. Okay, so let's talk about the books I'm going to read this week. I actually have a task this week to read a manuscript from a friend and provide feedback, so that is my first priority. I don't know yet if I'm going to put it on my Kindle or if I'm going to read it on a Google Doc. I may just do a Google Doc so I can read it anywhere, although my Kindle I can read anywhere too. And I don't know what's the best way for her to get the feedback, comments. May ask first. But that's my priority, so that is the first book that I want to read. On my Kindle, I am reading Finlay Donovan, pause, but it's the first one. Finlay Donovan is Killing It by El Cosimano. Dying of laughter in that book. And and I've been reading it at night, so it's slower going, but I know that if I actually had it all the time, it would be a fast book. It's going so fast, and I hope to actually finish within the next couple days. Another book that I'm almost done with is City of Secrets, which is a Battle Dragons book that I'm reading with my daughter. It's the third one, final one. Well, I think we'll finish tomorrow night. Probably it might be Tuesday night. And then for so I've got a couple book clubs going on. I have a writing club that we meet, and I think we'll meet this Sunday, and we wanted to read this and talk about it. I'm way behind. I haven't even started it, but this is a middle grade book called The Probability of Everything by Sarah Everett, and it was blowing up my Instagram and Twitter, so I'm excited to dive into this book and see what it's all about. Then I also have my band book club on Fable, and we are reading Unpregnant, and so this one is set up differently. I really like this. Let me see if I can find the chapter. The mile 1. Anyway, mile 4. I think they're going to be kind of shorter chapters. So this is about 17-year-old Veronica Clark never thought she'd find herself holding a piece of plastic with 2 solid pink lines. How her boyfriend managed to get her pregnant is a mystery, but with a promising college-bound future now disappearing, Veronica must consider a decision she never imagined she'd have to make: an abortion. There's just one catch. The closest place to legally get one is 900 miles away in New Mexico. Those are the miles. Desperate, she turns to Bailey Butler, a legendary misfit at Jefferson High and Veronica's ex-best friend. The plan is straightforward: 14-hour drive to the clinic and back. What could go wrong? What could be wrong? Crazed ex-boyfriends, kind-hearted truck stop strippers, ferret-napping aliens, and a broken friendship that can't be outrun. That's interesting. Okay, so we chose this again because it's banned book, and I'm looking forward to reading this. And then another one for another book club I'm in, we're reading In the Key of Us by Mariama J. Lockington. This is actually a reread for me, and this is the author I talked about earlier who wrote the novel in verse. Yes, oh my gosh, why can't I think of that book? Forever Is Now, which was a book in verse, and it was YA. So this is one of her middle grade. It's actually an upper middle grade. I think the main character is 14 or 13-year-old. It is a dual point of view. This is a reread for me, but we are going to be talking with Mariama to discuss her writing craft in this, and that is going to be an upcoming podcast that I have. And this book also is a Stonewall Honor book, and I'm so glad I got the copy that has her sticker there, because that was a very cool honor last year that she received. So those are the main books that I want to read next week on top of the manuscript that I need to finish. So I probably won't get all of these done, but at least picked up. And I also, I started Ace of Spades as an audiobook. And that one, very Gossip Girl vibes right now. So I'm enjoying that. All right, so that's all I've got. It's been, like I said, wild week. I feel like my videos are getting shorter and shorter because I am not recording throughout the week other than little snapshots, which I already showed you. And I'm really hoping to start adding another video each week, but again, things need to get back together, and then I'll, I think, be able to do a little bit more. I also have this Saturday, so I have my writing group that we wanted to talk about this. I have another writing group where we're going to discuss the author that we're reading her manuscript for, so that's also this weekend. And then I also have an episode for my Legit Kid Lit channel that I need to make and edit and put that out there, I think on Saturday. I think it goes out Saturday, or it goes out next week. But anyway, it's on my to-do list, so busy. All right, well, I hope you all had a good reading week. I would love to hear what you're reading. Drop me a comment or a dragon below, and take care of yourself, and have a good one.